Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family. Crypto Nation and mining family. What's going on? Of course, like always, it's not financial advice. Yo!
All right, let's try that. All right. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, there we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It looked like OBS decided to have an issue and didn't want to connect in with my... Well, for whatever reason, it's like selected a microphone that's not even plugged in. Whatever. Gotta have that plan B. Stupid freaking OBS. It was like, what was it? Last stream I did on DCA, OBS was like having a heart attack, and well, at least it's not having a heart attack, but it didn't want to connect in with my microphone. It decided to reset that. So what's going on, everybody? See that we've got Deluxe Mining in the house. We got Chancoin's Crypto Motive, yo, Chancoin, all you good people out there. So, like I was saying, today's going to be a pretty good video. Might be a little bit of a longer one, because I'm going to be doing two different things today. One, I've got a Zotac 1080 Ti Amp Edition, the dual fan, that one of the fans decided to quit on it. Yo, crypto mining life. So I'm going to be redoing the fans on one of those, and then I've got something that I've been waiting for, and then as you can see on the couch here, look at that. I got a bunch of GPUs just sitting here. Looks like we're going to do a rig build. Yo. So without any further ado, guys, let's dig in. Yo. Bam. Oh, why are you like that now? Man, it looks like OBS decided to like reset a lot of my settings for whatever freaking reason. Why? You, OBS? You not like me? Alright, so let's go ahead and dig in. Alright, I'm going to put you over here. And I've got to shut down my Hive rig so that I could take the... Alright, Deluxe Mining's like also after getting 20 rigs up, and the miners saw the 8 to 9K rewards a month, he was like, let's go get some speed up and finish all these rigs and switch them fans and thermals and sell, then we can sell them. Yo, he's going to buy the RX 5700 XTs. Yo, nice, nice. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to confirm the shutdown on my Hive rig. There we go. It is off. Off. All right, I'm gonna get this so that I can see it. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get down and dirty. Let's go ahead and bring this microphone a little closer to me. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna need a cloth or a book. Here we go. I don't need everybody hearing a little dunk on my table here. So, all right. Get down on my living room table here. All right, so let's go ahead and just immediately strip the one GPU off here real quick. Pulling this GPU hot off the presses. All right. So, this fan here decided to eat. It's supposed to spin just as freely as this. And as you can see, this fan doesn't turn really anymore. It decided to just quit all up on its own. So we're gonna go ahead, crack this open, re-thermal paste it. If it needs new thermal pads, which I'm sure it doesn't, we'll go ahead and replace those as needed. So without any further ado, let's dig on in. Gundy, yo, what's up? Oop, runaway screw. Go. Now always be careful when you're undoing all this stuff. There's usually little plugs you got to be careful of. Pull it apart real careful like. And it looks like all the thermal pads are completely intact. Why, it's nasty. Go ahead and clean some of this stuff up. Whenever you got it apart, it's a perfect time to sit there and just give it a good little wipe down. Key areas, you know, all that good stuff. All right. Cool. I could go down as far as taking the back plate off to get these coolers off, but realistically, not worth it. I'm not really having thermal problems with it. I'm having just basically fan issue on it. So go ahead and get some of those paper towels out. Now I don't sit there and do an alcohol wipe on the dye. It just makes more of a mess with the thermal paste than anything else. It's easier to just dry wipe these things. And then I'll take a microfiber just to get the last remaining bits off of it. Wipe down the sweaty chiplets. Wipe off the cold plate on. Copper cold plate over here. Alright, cool. We got all of that nice and cleaned up. Excellent. Now I can put this off to the side here. And my computer monitor is so far away, I really can't read that. You don't want to do cheap thermal paste on here. I'm grabbing my phone real quick and grab battery bank. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to get it to where I can see my chat dye box a little bit easier than what I am right now. Figure if I can do it this way, I can at least basically see everything. Have to do it like this. Yeah, the Deluxe, this thermal paste that I recommend is the Arctic MX4 thermal compound. It's non-conductive. You can put it everywhere, but it's pretty much the cheapest and the best bang for your buck. So that's my 2 cents on that. And that's what we will be using today is that thermal paste that I like to use. Alright. What's the best way to lift you out of here? So, it looks like I didn't need to really take the cooler off, but I actually wanted to replace the thermal paste on here just because it did overheat on me once. I don't take any chances with it once it's been overheated one time on me. I pretty much just go after it and do everything. So it looks like there's some screws that are right behind the fan blades to lift the whole cooler up out of the way. And I will do that right now. And it'll give me a chance to basically take a look at everything else on here. And I really want to do it that way. What's the best way to do this? Man, I almost want to put this back together on there. Kind of do, because the only way that I can set this down is by setting it right onto my pads, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rethermal this, and I'm going to slap this thing back together real quick since I've cleaned all of this good stuff up. Yes, Deluxe. Arctic Thermal Paste. It's the MX4 to be specific. So I'm going to grab my microfiber, give this a quick little polish. Quick little polish. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this is what I've got. I will never tell anybody what to do. Alright, got that, got that. And before you slap everything back together, of course, plug in what needs to be plugged in. Alright, and then I like to flip the whole cooler over. It's actually easier just to drop it down onto it. Alright. And I can sit there and I don't tighten them all down until I've got all the screws in place. That's actually like a mechanic thing. You want to start all the screws before you tighten it down, just in case something has to move a little bit. And I don't go crazy on the tightening either. Pretty much finger tight, and this thing is good to go. Finger tight. And I kind of do an X pattern across the die. This way the cooler smashes evenly. And then pretty much that's how you would re-thermal paste this thing really quickly. And I gotta pick out the screwdriver for your front screws. And these little screws, oh my god, I hate these screws already. World's smallest screws. Yeah, I use Arctic Thermal pads also. Let me see, yeah. Just so you can see, this is what I use. This thing comes clean off. And the reason that I'm doing it this way is so I know what the heck goes where. Ew. And that's the other reason why I like to pull the cooler off too. Ew, that's nasty. Alright. Look at all that beautiful copper. Yo, what's up, Travis? And Gundy's like, really, never really ran into an issue with needing to replace pads yet. Yep. The only time that I really replace pads is whenever I pull the cooler off and the pad just shreds up. That's usually when I go after the pads themselves. So that's just my little tips. One screw. Two screws. And now you can make the decision on your own if you want to do it this way or not, but you don't necessarily have to replace the wiring if you don't want to. I know some of them you'll never need to actually replace the wiring itself. Wiring really doesn't go bad unless you short circuit something out, and that's a whole different issue. But this one, the way that they integrate the wiring loom into here, it just makes more sense to just go ahead and replace the wiring, just because there's no other way other than to replace it all. So let me go ahead and get this up into here. Now I try to route these things in a similar fashion the way that the manufacturer did. This way it doesn't look like I was ever in here. Oh, come on. And sometimes the fans want to be a pain in the butt to go back together, but that's fine. There you go. And that's where I always say, make sure that you got the screws started before you tighten them down, just for this case, in case you got to shift the fan around or something like that to get them to line up the holes. And then finger tight. They don't need to be that tight. It's all plastic that you're screwing into. Alright, that's not loose. And then I can go ahead and put that into its holder. Alright. And then before I put all that back together, because obviously the wiring is a little bit different. It's not an OEM fan. It's just an OEM replacement on the fan. And then I'll make the wires tuck up really nicely. Ugh. Man, I really need a workbench. I'll have one in the mining facility whenever that happens. All right. That will depend on the GPU, on how thick the thermal pads are. So They're usually between a half a millimeter to a full millimeter, so you'll have to kind of eyeball it, measure it, pull one apart before you order. Yeah. I've done that with a few, with this already, and it just died out the rest of the way. There's a point where the fans just aren't worth fixing anymore. Back into where you're home, where you belong. Let's see here, because I got an aftermarket fan assembly here. It might prove to be a small little issue here. Not so bad. Okay. I know how I'm going to do this. Alright, so I'm going to fold that out of the way. Put that screw in to keep the wire in place. Now that wire should stay put. Yeah, I did it already to this this fan already, where I lubed it up already. The bearings are actually seizing up in here is what the issue is at this point. It started wobbling a little bit, and so there's play in this thing. It's not worth it. The other fan, I've been able to lubricate it without an issue. Little 3-in-1 non. What is it? There's like, it's just pure oil that I use on it. This way there's no cleaning agents in the oil. Alright. Let's go ahead and plug the fan back in. And I can... Now you can choose not to plug the LEDs back in if you don't want to. It's not going to inhibit performance in any way, shape, or form. I just plug everything back in just so that it's exactly how I found it. And I should be able to put all the screws back in now. Alright. You're being a pain in the boot. Now, let's see here. If I can get you to a different spot now. So now the wire is in a different place from where the factory had it. This one corner, the one corner I want to get in all the way, doesn't want to do it. Aha, there we go. There we go. Now I got it. There we go. Bingo. Oh, now the rest of it doesn't want to line up. Line up the one, and the other one doesn't want to. See how I'm gonna have to do it. Okay. No problem. Yes. Just use the MX4. It's non-conductive. I think the other one is a conductive. I swear by the MX4. That's just me. Screwdriver doesn't want to fit in here properly. Aha. Maybe not. Well, this was the right one to begin with. Alright. There we go. Now you're in there all the way. Whoop. Thank God these screwdrivers are magnetic tipped. Oh, come on, you. Just stay in there. There we go. Good God, I have no idea. Let's see here. 24. See here, 24 and I was able to do 36, somewhere around 36 with one tube. So probably like 2 or 3 tubes will do the trick for you. Quick little flicker. Alright. Okay. So now that's all done. It's been rethermal pasted, cleaned up. It's ready to go back into the mine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back into the rig. And then we can start doing the fun build. Thermal pads, you don't need to replace them unless they're damaged coming apart. So it depends on how bad they are when you pull them apart. So I can't really answer that one. Right. Yeah, it just depends on how much gets damaged whenever you pull everything apart, so... Woohoo! We got fan spinach. All right. Now we get to get on to the fun part. So, oh God. Yeah, the big box. We have a what's in the box. Yeah, there's no better way to do it than just getting to work. It doesn't say you can't use a knife on this. Alright. I've been waiting for this one for like a week, so let's check this out. We got some foam to kind of lock everything in place. I like that. Take the corners off of this. Let's see what the best way to do this. All right. Let's go ahead and stand this up. I got a nice little cover on this thing to kind of like losing screws out of this already. I have no idea what's going on here. I just had 2 screws come out. Oh, I see what happened here. So I have 3 screws that came out. Alright, so I'm going to assume that there's probably some nuts down in this thing. Right here. Man, these things were not put together very well. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I got almost... Someone just threw this thing together. It was like, get it out of here! Go ahead and put that cover off to the side. And let's see what we got here. Alright, so I got another screw here. I got some parts up in here. I got some handles, I got some standoffs, I got a bunch of screws. Alright, so I'm going to want to take this off because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this bar flips around. It's got a 6 placement and an 8 placement on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into the 8 placement position. And it looks like it's got a back bar to actually lock everything down. That's actually really nice. I like this. Looks like I've got a power and power. Got dual power switches here. Got placements for power supplies and all that good stuff. So I've got some stuff to take apart here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. This looks like it's a lock, like a holder for the GPUs. Take the floor of this off. So it looks like it needs to get out of the way so I can get the motherboard in there properly. Man, these guys should have just left it apart. You got to take all the stuff apart anyway. And then it's got all this blue protection on it. I think I should try to peel it. Or should I leave it all blue? Nah, I'm gonna peel it. Once it becomes a pain in the butt like it's trying to be. Forget it. That's a lot of protection that they got on this. I'll peel it off whenever it wants to peel. Ah! Let's see here. Blue Hoy. There we go. Let's see if I can get this other one. There we go. Bam. Taking off the other little doors so I can get the power supplies in there. Alright, now I can get back to taking this off. Ah, this thing's beefy. Alright. Okay, so first thing I would like to do is I want to take off this other fan here, and I want to see the direction on this. I believe it should be the right way. Alright, so it is the correct way. Alright, so kind of hoping these guys didn't strip out the fans. That's what it kind of looks like they did. Kind of what they did was they stripped it a little bit. They over tightened it because it's plastic, and they probably put it together with a gun. Oh yeah. Alright, so, and I'm missing a screw. Alright. Alright, and these fans, you can daisy chain them together, which I probably will right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put that over there. And let's go ahead and get this motherboard off of here. Now this is a Gigabyte H110 mining motherboard. So. Okay, so it looks like I've got 4 of these tall ones off. I got shorties. Ugh. Alright, perfect. Switched up the screw type on a different thread in here. Come on. Alright, so I'm not sure which screws they're wanting me to use, but these are obviously not them. Yeah. Did not realize I was going to need a pair of pliers for this. Because the screw decided to just not want to come out. There we go. There we go. Let's try that again. You go there. Bam, just like that. Put you back into here, just like that. Now I can sit there and now here, I'm going to test out screws on these. Okay, so these are not done. Got a little package of screws. Let's see if these are it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, now I'm going to see if it's these bigger screws fitting in the larger ones. Well, that's interesting. Okay. I like mixed up all these screws in here, and now I got to figure out which ones are which. Otherwise, I'm going to give this case a double thumbs down. Alright, I think I figured out which screws are which. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, they've got all these screws in one little bag, and it's like, good luck, you figure it out. I have to say that's a horrible setup. I don't like it. I'm just saying. Alright, so I've got 4. 5, 6. Alright, so now I got enough for the motherboard. Setting it up in a server frame will allow you to manage heat a little bit better. Especially when you're trying to scale, you can save room by having it all in a server case. I do have a rack already. And then I got the Veta frames and all that good stuff. You can actually just get more density with it like this. Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm going to do this one to be the power. And this out of my way. And the other one I'll just do as a reset. And I need to make sure that I'm doing that right. Get some lights here. Alright, power and resets. Oop. Come on. Stupid phone. Alright, then I'm going to take the twist tie and I'm going to cable manage this as I go. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's all together. Now I can start, let's go ahead and get a power supply in here. That sounds like a good plan. You're gonna make me take that off first. No problem. So basically it's wanting me to take off the bottom portion of the GPU holder to get both the and I have to remember its position. I might have to do a modification for these fans since they don't want to stay in with the screws that they provided. Well, that's awesome. I can hear them already falling back out because whoever put this thing together before they shipped it stripped it out. Want to sit here and figure out which one of these screws go in. Alright, so it looks like these screws will do the trick. That's one. And I can go ahead and get the other one in now. Oop, too far. Last one. Make sure the power supplies are nice and tightened down. All right, cool. All right, so I need to get the main power of the secondary power supply up and going. So I go ahead and I plug in this stuff, loop it up and around my wiring here. Alright. So I'm going to keep the wire, I'm going to try to put the wiring right into this spot here as much as I can. We'll see how that goes. And then, yeah. Get the other main power going too. I'm going to try to loop these both over here like that. And then I have my other piece here. Alright, cool. Got the right end. Now this daisy chain can go to 3 power supplies. I'm only bringing it to 2. Make sure everything snaps into place really nicely. And we'll go ahead and try to train the wires. Is what I'm trying to do right now. So the wires stay tucked right where I want them, just like that. Alright, perfect. So now whenever I go to power up the power supplies, they'll both turn on at the same time, off of the switch off for the motherboard. Awesome. Now these are all for the risers and GPUs themselves. So one will be powering up the risers, the other one will power up the GPUs. Then one peripheral for that, and then I need my CPU. Of course, I can't tell where you have to get plugged in. So now is when I need some of that beautiful light again. Alright, CPU goes right here. Just like that. Alright, so in this one I'm going to try to tuck in this direction. And plug it forward. Trying to do this around the case fans. That's fun. There we go. Alright. So, there's that. And then I need the peripheral, which will power up the risers on this. Or I should say, not the riser, it's going to power up the by ones slots. Try to go underneath you like this. We'll bring you across. Just like this. So I've got to get the Molex into the board now. Just like so. Right. Get you to come forward. This way you're out of the way. And you're looking good. Awesome. And then I'll go ahead and whenever I'm at that point, I'll start zip tying like I should probably start doing now. This is deluxe, this is for GPUs. You are correct, Toothpick. Start training these wires the best that I can. Alright. Clean up as I go along. Pretty close. It's actually a 5.5U case, Chancoin. Good guess, good guess. Alright, I see a flaw of what I just did. I just gotta move you around underneath. See if I can do this the right way. Here. Alright. Okay, so I need you guys. Your top three. really don't want to have to. I'd rather have you do it like this. There we go. Very sexy that way. Have to do 3 of you this way? I will. It's not a problem. I'll do 3 of you this direction. That's what I'm thinking. And then you'll power up the first 3 cards. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do you like this. Alright, let's get a twist tie around you just to kind of cable manage it, because once I put this other bar down, I can't do nothing with them. Yo, Savage! My man, what's going on? Okay. It looks like the cables are just a little bulky for where the location of the support for the... It's 4:30 a.m. Yeah, that's a late one for you. This should fit. All right, cool. There we go. You were my old Mobo's rings. I put you off to the side because I don't want to mix these bad boys up at all. Gotta find one more Molex cable so that I can actually plug in the fans with it. And I got one right here because I forgot to plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. plugged in the wrong one. I need Molex, not SATA. Here. Perfect. Now, I can sail you underneath here. Alright, now that's for the case fans. Alright, cool. So now I've got all the risers, I've got the GPUs laid out for how I'm going to do this. Alright, so hey, what did I do with my screwdriver? Oh, right by my foot. Alright, cool. So now, I'm going to go ahead and put the support bracket back in here. Hopefully I got a forklift ready. Can't be any heavier than the other ones that I have. Get back over here. That's actually kind of cool. It holds the PSU in place. So now I have to just press into this and voila. Alright, cool. So now that bar is in place. So the power supplies aren't going to move around now. And I can pretty much go after this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flip the bar around, and then I can put the bar back in. Alright. Oh, you know what? Oh, I just thought of something. I need to pull off the bottom plate so that I can actually, like, hook in my... Oh, wow. Yep. I got a little ahead of myself here, which is fine. I gotta take up this bottom piece once again, because I've actually got to get my risers in here and I can't get to it now. I did not see that before I started putting back together. Awesome. Take 2 on that. There's like no instructions on this thing, so I'm kind of just winging it how this thing has to be done. And I'm like putting stuff together like, oh yeah, it should be easy to do this, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so. Ooh. Alright, so if I want to do this the way that I would like to do it, I need to change out some of these ends. So these ends here will not work now. I need the ones at the 90-degree angle, and those will work better. I mean, I can use these, but it'll work better with the 90-degree ones. So let's see if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if I got 5. I gotta go into my mining room real quick. Alright. The time where being a hoarder actually pays off. Alright, so I'm trying to keep these in kind of an order for myself. This way I do know when I have a GPU issue, I know which GPU it is. Ooh, and I already see another issue that I might be running into here, is that the foam bottoms on some of these are gone, so I might put one of those on. I need one of these. So I am going to have to also change out risers because it will not work on this board any longer. What I'm talking about here, guys, is there's a foam pad on the bottom so that the pins, the solder joints don't short on the board. And then something like this will short. So I'm going to have to swap out a few of these, or at least try to peel off a few ends on here and see if I can do this. Alright, perfect. Slide up underneath all of you, and then turn and plug in. So I need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to find 4 different risers. I know I've got one over here. I didn't even think about this, so I have to go back to the mining room. Alright. 4 other ones. All with their bottoms still attached. And hopefully these risers work, because they are used. At least I know the wires aren't going to be an issue. It's going to be the risers themselves. Oh no. I just dropped the screw. Oh, there it is. Cool. I was about to be like, oh no! I dropped the screw. Hopefully it didn't go into the power supply. That would have been bad. There we go. Now that's all put in place. Okay. Alright. So, I can scooch the wires. Now I'm trying to keep the wires in the order that I need them. Okay, so with that being said, now I can figure out which ones I want to put in first. I think I'm going to put the EVGAs in first. Alright, here. So, now what I'm doing here is I'm going to figure out. Ah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I got that plate in backwards. Ah! I wasn't even paying attention to that one. I will show you whenever I pull this back out. I'm just practicing, don't worry guys. Reminds me of the Christmas Story. Oh, that's funny. Hey man, that Christmas Story was all about that lampshade, dude. That lamp was special. Alright, here. We're gonna try this again. I will show you why I'm pulling this back out. Alright, so there's little tabs for the GPUs to slip into. 6 on this side, 8 on the other. I need the 8. Alright. I'm almost wanting to test fit this in pretty much anywhere. Alright, cool. We are now in business, so shouldn't be too hard to do this from here. I can do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this in. Nice. All right. And then you get 2 plugs there. Oh wow. Damn. Alright. Okay. Stop hooking on this stuff. Which one are you? You're this one. Alright. Alright. So the riser's got power now. Alright, so you're all together now. Oh, I do see an issue. I do not see a way to be able to lock down the GPUs then. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Oh, mixed up screws. Oh, you gotta love this. I've got to be careful of which screws I'm grabbing now. There we go. That feels a little bit better. There we go. I can tighten that one. Strain the wires a little bit so the lid will actually go down. Oh wow, there's no way the lid's gonna shut on this. It's made to actually have smaller GPUs on here. We're gonna have to see how this works, because it's basically looking like it wants the smaller of my GPUs, so I might not be able to use the EVGA. The EVGA's, oh, the EVGA is too tall. That one at least is. So I'm gonna have to swap it out for a different one. Okay, not a problem. It's okay. It's okay. So, do I want to do it now? Oh, in a second here. All right, I'm gonna turn off one of my other 1070 rig here, and I am going to swap out this EVGA. I'm gonna do it right now. Too tall. No problem. Alright. Cool. There we go. Shake and bake. Alright, cool. Ah, that's so much better already. Note to self, tall cards do not fit in these. There we go. Now the lid will shut. Yo. Alright, shake and bake. All the wiring needs to go right through here. Alright. Cool. Next. I could put my smaller EVGA in there. That's not a problem. Cool, cool. Cool. Okay. I see an issue. The issue is I need the one power cable to go onto the other side of the GPU. Which is fine. I just need to get you lifted. on, don't tangle up on me. All right. Oh, excuse me. All right, cool. That's 3 in there. Alright, so the problem that I'm seeing is if I try to tuck these wires down in there, I'm gonna start choking off the airflow going in between, and that's the last thing we want to do. Now we're making some progress. Okay. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, so I've got two more. So you will be for that, and then you've got to plug into two risers. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be doing here. I don't have enough ports for all. It's like you only want to use one 12 volt rail for the top pin for the GPUs, but the risers, they only take a maximum of 75 watts, so you can actually put two risers on onto one 12 volt rail it is only powering up a portion of the card. So not so much of an issue. Just don't do this to the top of the card. You will not have a good time. If your pizza before when you were supposed to French fry, you're not gonna have a good time. Come on. Come on, you. There we go. Alright. This is actually going together really nicely. I like this. The case might be a little janky, but I like the orientation of how this looks. This should give me some thermal improvements. And the last one. What? Don't be stubborn. Just get into there. Beautiful. Little finagling and it goes right on in. Well, all right, cool. So, So I'm pushing down on this bar and it basically locks the GPUs in place. Awesome. Alright, let's test fit the lid. See if the lid wants to shut it all. Oh yeah. Okay, so my next thing is I need to see if I've got different screws for those fans. Here you go. Holy cow, this thing is heavy. Wow! Oh my god! That thing has some serious weight. Holy cow! Man, I thought my GPU, my Veta frames were bad. That just made that look light. Right here. Get these garbage screws out of my way. Alright, so thankfully I have good screws. That would have been an epic fail on the case manufacturer, because these things don't bite into the plastic at all. There we go. That's one properly attached one. Jeez. Alright, let me close my mining room back up. It's getting warm in here. So if anybody's got any questions, now is a great time to start asking them, because I'm pretty much wrapping up, and then all I got to do is just plug this back into the mining room, and I'm off to the races with it. And then I will do an update later on, let you know all the thermals and stuff like that. Because you don't know the thermals until you've been mining on it for at least a couple of hours. This way everything gets up to temperature and all that good stuff. But this is the heaviest thing I've ever lifted computer-wise. Holy cow. Now I know what you were talking about whenever you were like, you got a forklift handy, toothpick? I now understand what you were talking about. Alright, now that one's secure, and I got one more fan to do. As I'm doing this, some of the other screws out of this last fan is just dropping out. It's like, I'm free! I'm done! I don't want to do this no more! Ugh. Come on. Ugh. Alright, and last but not least, there we go. Shake and bake. Alright, cool. Nothing's in the way of the fans. Perfect. Let's see. Little clips. All right. I almost want to weigh this thing. Oh my god. Holy cow. That's insane. Oh man, I almost want to weigh this thing and see what it weighs. Let me go get my scale. I want to know now. Prawn. Run out, dude? Go. I got my scale, so I need to basically weigh myself. Okay. That's not going to work on this surface. Oh, I got an idea. Alright. Put this here. And, oh my flipping God. £55. Oh, holy cow. That's what 55 pounds feels like. Ugh. Wow, 55 pounds. Holy cow. But that's it. And now I could flip it on its side, so, I mean, instead of it taking up this much room, it's only going to take up this much room. So I can sit there and put more of these side by side on here. So, yes, I like that. Nice and sturdy. I like this. This was a great buy. Oh. Make sure. Oh, of course. My one rig didn't fire back up. Alright, that's whatever. It is what it is. Oop, now you're gonna have a... Alright, cool. Alright. Excellent. Alright, perfect. Shake and bake. So, alright guys. If you've got any other questions for me, now is the time to ask. The fans are actually blowing in. So you're basically making a wind tunnel. There is no heat rising in a wind tunnel. It just out the back. Anybody got any other comments or questions before I sign up out of here? Oh, video fans. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Yo, DCA raid. Yo, what's up? You missed it, Mikkel. You missed it. I've already built it. I did a GPU. I fixed the Zotac with a fan issue. Replaced the fan. Rethermal pasted it and everything. Dig Deep's like, what? Yeah, you are at the end. Showing, bada, showing. So for you guys that are just joining in, I will recap this for you. Bam. So we will recap this really quickly. So I got myself a server case. And what we did is we put a bunch of GPUs into this. That is sexy. You work, make me stay late. Get the thumb screw back in. Piece of tape on my foot. All right. Crypto McKellar's like, I'm live streaming on DCA and watching you. Rock on. All right, so go ahead and minimize that, get that out of my way. Since that was useless, I don't need to have that up anymore. Alright, that's turned off, of course. Oh, yeah, CryptoCon in Vegas. Yo. Yeah, I ain't going to that. So, any of you guys got any questions or comments before I sign up out of here? I do like how the layout of everything in the case was. The only thing I didn't like was how the fans were attached. The screws that they used did not get any bite onto the plastic fan shrouds to tighten them up. The fans were loose and falling out. Obviously, it was the wrong screws that were in there. I don't know if the manufacturer realized that. Probably not. So thankfully I've got a lot of Veta frames, and I have hoarded all the hardware that I did not use with those Veta frames, and I was able to take out 12 of the screws that I was saving from the Veta frames, and actually secured the fans into the case a lot better. They should not vibrate or fall back out now. Yay. Oh, Techman, you're the only one currently at just you attending? Yep. Hey, helpful crypto miner. So everybody that's now joining in a little on the late side, you guys can go ahead and you're going to have to rewatch everything. Great stuff. It was fun building this. Never built inside of a server case before. I was afraid that the fans wouldn't have enough, there wouldn't be enough room between the GPUs, just because some of the ones that I've looked at, it looked like the GPUs were stacked on top of each other almost, and I would have had to have taken off the fan shrouds in order to fit everything in there. Thankfully, this is not the case with this particular case. So awesome. There's enough support brackets in here that I can lean this thing onto its side, and the GPUs won't be sagging. I do like how the GPUs are being held into the case, because most GPUs have a couple of tabs on the very bottom of the rear I/O shield, and those, when you're using it in a computer case, will slip into a tab spot in your case. And so the two fastening screws on top of the rear I/O shield, the two tabs that slip into the case, plus the PCIe 16 slot holds the GPU in place. That's why some GPUs, if they're like mammoth, you'll have GPU sag, and it'll put some weird pressure onto the motherboard's PCIe 16. So kind of keep it in mind if you've got like a oversized GPU that you're going to want to do some kind of modifications just to keep the pressure off the PCIe port. Other than that, 1.1 gigabyte of messages transferring to my phone. Wow. That's insane. So if you guys got any other questions for me, now's the time to ask. Ask away. Or forever hold your peace. And I will also give you guys an update on this stuff. Once I've got this running for a little while, I'll probably give you guys an update either on DCA, or I will give you a update on my next video for my channel. So one of the two, I'll probably give an update in both spots. This way, all the audiences gets to get the information that I've got. That's a lot of EOs. All right. So it doesn't look like anybody's got any other questions. With that, guys, I'm going to sign out of here. Definitely, guys, smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit the little bell notification just in case the YouTube's turned it off on you. Go ahead and turn it back on. Yeah, good luck with the case. It shouldn't be much of an issue. All I should have to do is just put my thumb drive back into it and fire it up. Hopefully I don't have any bad risers on there. That's gonna be the big question, because I did grab out of a pile that I had like a pile of like questionable risers. Fingers crossed that everything's all good now. So with that, guys, y'all have a good night. I will definitely see you all on the next one.